Good afternoon, everybody. How is all my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend. It's Nikki D, and welcome back to the Nikki D channel. Today, we're going to be doing WWE Hot Takes, episode 17. In this week's episode, we're going to have 8 hot takes. 2 for NXT Heatwave, 2 for Raw, 2 for NXT, and 2 for SmackDown. So that's going to be the slate for today. Don't forget to like the video, share the video with all your friends on social media, and press that subscribe button so you can be notified of when I drop my next video. I hope all y'all amazing and beautiful people continue to have a wonderful weekend. Keep your head up and keep doing the amazing things that you do. Other than that, without further ado, let's get to our first hot take of the week. Oba Femi is the greatest North American champion in history. Well, the North American Championship hasn't been around for too long, maybe about 5 or 6 years now, but still, Oba Femi took on Wesley at Heatwave with the NXT North American Championship, where this was Wesley's final opportunity at the NXT North American Championship, and Oba Femi dominated again. And honestly, respect to Adam Cole's NXT North American title reign, and same to Ricochet, but Oba Femi is just on another level here. I've never seen an NXT North American champion be so dominant. Normally, this belt would go to a mid-tier or upper-tier wrestler on the NXT scene. That's a small high flyer. Wesley, Adam Cole, Ricochet, etc. So, to see somebody as big, as strong, as dominant as Oba Femi continuing to just hold the NXT North American Championship with ease, then yes, Oba Femi is the greatest NXT North American Champion in history. Our second hot take of the week, Roxanne Perez is the face of NXT. Well, Roxanne Perez has been NXT Women's Champion since she won the belt from Lyra Valkyria at Vengeance Day. And since then, Roxanne Perez has defended against all challengers, including Jordynne Grace, the TNA Knockout Women's Champion, and most recently at Heatwave, Lola Vice. And honestly, Roxanne Perez would probably defend the belt against any current woman on the NXT roster. Fallon Henley, Lash Legend, even Kalani Jordan. That would be a great match, but Roxanne Perez would get the best of her, I think. So, right now, I think Roxanne Perez is the face of the women's division in NXT. Don't get me wrong, but the way that she put Lola Vice away with not 1, not 2, but 3 pop rocks at Heatwave to signify that she is the dominant women's champion in NXT. I think the finish to Heatwave showed the world that Roxanne Perez is not only the prodigy, but she's the face of NXT. Our third hot take of the week will take us to Monday Night Raw. Sheamus deserves an Intercontinental Championship match. Well, Sheamus has been in the Intercontinental Championship division for the last few weeks, running through Braun Breaker, running through Ludwig Kaiser, he's gonna face Bronson Reed this coming Monday night on Raw. But Sheamus, in my opinion, is the one superstar that I think deserves an Intercontinental Championship match right now that hasn't gotten one yet. We have to remember that Sheamus is a former United States champion. Sheamus is a former tag team champion with The Bar and Cesaro. Sheamus is a former WWE champion. So winning the Intercontinental Championship for Sheamus would make him a Grand Slam champion in World Wrestling Entertainment. So And I do think that Sheamus at least deserves an opportunity at that. And I think Sheamus and Sami Zayn would steal the show. I understand they're both good guys. The audience would be confused about who to cheer for here. But at the end of the day, I think Sheamus and Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship is what WWE needs right now. So yes, Sheamus deserves an Intercontinental Championship match. Our fourth hot take of the week: Rhea Ripley returned too soon? Well, honestly, Rhea Ripley's been blowing up all over social media since she returned to WWE this past Monday night. And honestly, she was gone for about 11 to 12 weeks. Not really that long, considering she broke her arm to the hands of Liv Morgan. Now, it's not that I don't want Rhea Ripley to return, but there's a couple of reasons why I think she may have returned too soon. One, I'm a big time believer and I'm a big time fan of long-term storytelling here. We didn't need Rhea and Liv at SummerSlam. We could have extended this story to maybe make it happen at Survivor Series. That would have been a lot more interesting. And maybe they have a huge feud that culminates at WrestleMania 41. I'm not against that. But and another reason why I think Rhea Ripley returned too soon is because there's a chance that Rhea Ripley can get injured again. We've seen a lot of times when WWE superstars, Wes Lee is a recent example of returning too soon from a long-term injury, they can go and get themselves injured again. I wouldn't want to see that happen to Rhea as much as I love Liv. So at the end of the day, yeah, I think Rhea Ripley returned too soon. Our fifth hot take of the week will take us back down to NXT. Gallas deserves an NXT Tag Team Championship match? Well, Gallas was in action this past Tuesday and completely obliterated their opponent. There's no denying that. Gallas has always been a tough, breeded tag team, no nonsense, domination, power. Gallas is also a former NXT Tag Team Champion. They've held those belts before. They've been to the top of the mountain in the tag team division in NXT before. And I think they would be a perfect contender for Axiom and Nathan Frazier, considering who Axiom and Nathan Frazier have faced for those tag team titles. Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker, the OC. They did face Chase U, but Chase U has a dominating dude by the name of Duke Hudson. So, my point is that Nathan Frazier and Axiom have defended the belts against big teams. And that's what Gallas is, a big team. So I think they would gel perfectly with Nathan Frazier and Axiom. I'm going to get their name right one day. But yes, at the end of the day, I think Gallas deserves an NXT Tag Team Championship match. Our sixth hot take of the week: Joe Hendry will be the next NXT champion? Sing it with me, everybody. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry showed up at NXT this past Tuesday, teamed up with Trick Williams, and took care of business against Ethan Page and Shawn Spears. Now, when it comes to Joe Hendry being NXT champion, do I think he deserves it? Of course I do. And I think that Trick Williams doesn't really need to regain the NXT championship again. Oh, I said that? Yeah, I did. Well, look at the man's resume. He won the 2023, I think it was, Iron Survivor Challenge. He's a former NXT North American champion, albeit only 3 days. But he's also a former NXT champion at this point. So his resume right now is good enough that Trick Williams should be called up to the main roster yesterday. With Trick Williams now being on the main roster, I think that Joe Hendry would be the perfect matchup for Ethan Page. And at the end of the day, if that matchup happens, we'll be saying, and new NXT champion, I believe in Joe Hendry. Our 7th hot take of the week will take us over to Friday Night SmackDown. Tiffany Stratton is the perfect Miss Money in the Bank. Well, I look at Tiffy time and I look at her attitude. She is perfect for it. She's got the right spark, the right sass. She's not gonna be the good guy that's just gonna tell their opponent to their face that they're going to be cashing this contract in. That's not how you're supposed to cash in. You're supposed to catch the champion completely off guard, down and out, so that you can have an easy cash in. It's a heel tactic. This matchup was invented by Chris Jericho, a heel to begin with. So Tiffany Stratton plays that role so perfectly. She's not gonna care about whoever champion she chooses to cash in on, whether they know what their health is. She's only going to care about one thing, and that's becoming women's champion, and that's what a Miss Money in the Bank needs to be. Not to mention, Tiffany Stratton can cut promos for days. That's the one thing I really like about Tiffy, is I like her confidence, I like her attitude, and when it comes to holding Miss Money in the Bank, you need these qualities, and that's why Tiffany Stratton is the perfect Miss Money in the Bank. Our final hot take of the week. Carmelo Hayes should run through Andrade? Well, Andrade did mention on SmackDown last night, what's next for Andrade? That's him. And we're gonna get Carmelo and Andrade in a feud. Now, I've been a big supporter of Andrade deserves more. Andrade deserves to be in the main event scene, so to say. But at the same token, I've been watching Melo not miss since NXT. And he's brand new on the SmackDown roster, coming over with the first round draft pick back in April. So I think that Carmelo Hayes needs to continue to be pushed to the moon here. And I think Andrade has enough experience and enough time in WWE to be able to put over the younger, newer, fresher Carmelo Hayes. Not to mention, Carmelo Hayes is just him. And he deserves his flowers, because Carmelo Hayes was NXT North American champion because when he took his shot, he didn't miss. Carmelo Hayes was NXT champion because when he took his shot, he didn't miss. That's who Carmelo Hayes is. And you could put him against Logan Paul for the United States title. You could put him against Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. But you better watch out, because when Carmelo Hayes shoots, he doesn't miss. So at the end of the day, yes, Carmelo Hayes should run right through Andrade. Why? Because when Carmelo Hayes shoots, he does not miss. That was WWE Hot Takes, episode 17. What's your hot take of the week? Let me know down in the comment section below, because that's what it's there for, y'all. I got some more videos coming at y'all soon. Don't worry. Took a couple days off. Back on the grind now. Other than that, don't forget to like the video, share the video on social media, and smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of when I drop my next video. Other than that, I hope all of y'all amazing and wonderful people have a gorgeous and amazing weekend. Stay looking fly, fresh, beautiful. And I'm Nikki D. This is the Nikki D channel. And I will see all of y'all amazing people next time. Bye, y'all.